Hello everybody, I am dressed in my best clothes because I thought it's a lovely day and I will dress up and make a video for you guys. Today I'm going to do some baking. As you can see, I have some of the ingredients in front of the camera, the rest are all around me. I decided to bake on the floor because I've covered the floor, and if I make a mess it'll be easy to just take this all outside, the plastic wrapping, and shake it outside. I'm using a recipe for chocolate chip cookies from this book. It is the Children's Cookbook by Catherine Ibbs, and I love all the recipes in here. It's so much fun, so easy to do, and there are pictures for every step, so it's really simple for kids to follow, almost of any age. If you've got kids even as young as 2, you can have them help you with really easy bits like, I don't know, just mixing if you supervise them. Anyway, we are going to start by creaming butter and sugar together. So we will be using a blender. First we'll open up our butter. And I love the fact that the packaging on butter often, if not always, has these markings to show you how much the butter weighs, so you can easily measure out 125 grams. I'm just realizing how horrible my nails are, just ignore them. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on nail art later. Anyway, I need 125 grams, so that's, I've got 50 markings, so 50 plus 50 is 100, and then the 25 is half of 50, so then I make a line between 2 of the 50 marks. And once I've used a blunt knife to make that line, I can cut right through where I've marked, and then just make it into smaller cubes to make it a bit easier for the blender to do its work when creaming the butter and sugar mixture together. So easy peasy, I've just cut it up like that. And now, here is my blender. I'm going to put the butter in. Your hands may get messy, but I try and use the knife so that I don't get greasy fingers. Just for your information, talking about grease, I have already greased 2 baking trays. When it comes to cookies, I actually find it easier to cook them in cupcake trays, because that way they keep their shape and they stay nice and soft in the middle somehow. But try different things, see what works for you. Okay, so now I've got my butter in there. I just have to add my sugar. For this recipe, you need 90 grams of sugar, of caster sugar. I've already weighed that out, that's in here, so I'll pour it in. And then I need 90 grams of light brown sugar. So I'm using my old school weighing scale. I will make sure it's on 0. And then get my soft light brown sugar. And 90 grams. So 90 grams, let's see. There's also 3 ounces if you've got one that shows you ounces. Sometimes I find that easier. Just 1 ounce, 2, okay, that's about 3, a little bit more. That's about 3 ounces, so about 90 grams. Okay, now I can put my sugar away. I've just heard my dad come in, so you may get a hello from him. Let's see. Right, so now I put my light brown sugar in. Pour it in gently. Listen to your parents if you're doing this, kids with parents. Your parents are going to help you make sure you don't spill anything. Now, this bit's a bit noisy, but one of my favourite parts. Makes it much easier to cream butter and sugar together. You just do it until everything's blended. Oh, it doesn't seem to be on. me just double check that switch. Nice and loud. Let's see, almost done. Sometimes you just need to check it and make sure everything's mixed together properly. Yeah, it still needs a bit longer. It will all cream together like that. It might be a bit solid at the moment. I'll break it up. So you've got your creamed butter and sugar. Okay, just spread it out a bit because we're going to add our egg to this. Sorry for those of you who are vegan or just looking for eggless recipes, but I'll try and do one for vegans at some point. Okay, so now let's get our egg. I've got everything here, so it's ready and easy to do. Right, so we need to put the egg and our vanilla extract into this mixture. So first, I'm going to use the back of this blunt knife to crack my egg. Make sure you don't get any shell in there. Ask mommy or daddy to help you if you're doing this. If kids, you're doing this with your parents. Your fingers might get dirty, you might need to wash them. I think I'll need to wash my fingers. Oh, how can I forget? The 2 to 3 drops of vanilla extract. I love this vanilla extract. Just a little bit, not too much. This is going to be a long video, I apologise. That should be enough. Okay, now we mix it some more. Cover your ears. That's looking perfect. Okay, so that is our sugar and butter and egg mix. Now, I've already measured out 200 grams of plain flour. Into this, I need to add some cocoa powder just for a bit of flavour. So I will get it suggests 30 grams of cocoa powder, but it also suggests to put in some chocolate spread if you want the cookie to be a completely chocolate cookie. I'm not going to do that because I prefer it just with a bit of cocoa powder. I'm just going to add 1 ounce. Come out. Okay, that's plenty. So cocoa powder goes into my plain flour. And my other dry ingredients need to go in too. So I've already used salted butter, but I really like it a little bit salty. Obviously, you shouldn't have too much salt, so please don't add too much if you've already added salted butter. Baking powder. So this is the way my mum taught to measure baking powder accurately. I have my ½ teaspoon, that's all we need for this recipe. You put your teaspoon in and you want it to be a level spoon. Right now I've got a bit of a lump over the top of that. So using the back edge of this blunt knife, you just wipe away the excess. Oh, I've got a bit of egg on that, so I'll use the edge of this spatula, which is nice and straight. And then you scrape the rest of it back in the pot. That's a level spoon. You can put that in. What else do I need to add to that? That is it. So now I use my wooden spoon and just stir this mixture so that it's completely even. There we go, that should do. It looks like that. Oh, and it smells delicious already. Okay, now I've got my wet and dry ingredients ready. Now would be the part where you just mix them two together and then you form a dough. However, I want to make special Easter egg ones. So I'm going to break some mini eggs to use as my chocolate chips rather than actual chocolate chips. This is the fun part for children. I did this with my niece a few weeks back and she loved it. So you pour a few of them into a Ziploc bag. I'm going to do about that many for now. And you close the bag. And now get a big rolling pin or something hard and smash them up. Again, this is a bit loud, sorry everyone, but smash them up. Oh. Excellent. I've got lovely little pieces now to put into my doughy cookie, well, my cookie dough. All right, now that's done, I can get back to my regular recipe. So, we open up our creamed butter and sugar, and if you're using a blender like this, please, 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 adults only do this part because the knives, the blades in them are really, really sharp, so we don't want kids getting hurt. Use your spatula to get every last bit. Okay. And then we can mix that in to our dry ingredients. So get all of that in, every last bit if you can. And then using your spoon, you're going to mix it all together with the flour and create a dough. Okay, that will do. I like to keep a little plate on the side for all my utensils that I'm using, like all the cutlery, all the spoons, the knives, so that, you know, anything dirty doesn't get your clothes dirty and things like that. All right, so you mix it with your spoon until you form a dough. Once you've got your dough, you add your mini eggs in. Okay, let's add these. Your crushed up mini eggs. Oh, those are going to be delicious. And then mix that all really, really well. Any adults who know how to do video editing, please, if you could help me, that would be brilliant, because I'd love to make these videos for kids, like all different kinds of activities, but obviously the videos I'm making are rather long and I think they'll get bored. So if anyone can help me, you know, figure out how to do it and make it just like clips so it still makes sense, that would be really, really good, because you don't need to see me doing this for like 10 minutes. All right, sometimes I find it easier to start using your hands. Now, of course, this is going to get very messy, so if you're doing it with kids, just let them have fun with it, let them get messy, but just be careful that they don't get everything messy, because it can happen, as I'm sure you all know if you have children. And once it is all done, all mixed together, this is browner than usual, I must have added more chocolate than I normally do. Then you can literally just use your fingers to get a little bit and roll it into a little ball, and then put it into your tray. you just put a little ball. That's probably a bit too big. Let's say I would put in about this much per section. Anyway, enjoy. Hope that's helpful. Hope they're tasty. Keep your hands clean. Keep yourselves clean. Keep yourselves safe. Stay at home. Love you loads from Nook.